wanna vibe, so I wrote one. Said she want the green, so we smoke what she likes. She gets. She said she had a man, but he's gone now. Always telling men they need to calm down. She rides. We trip. She'll tell it like it is. And she don't sugarcoat it. Know what she worth and she don't need controlling. Smart, beautiful, she live life in the moment. No wasting time, so I ask her what she wanted. Said she want a vibe, so I wrote one. Said she want the green, so we smoke what she likes. She gets. She said she had a man, but he's gone now. Always telling men they need to calm down. She rides. She gets. No, 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 no. Said she had a man, but he's gone now. Always telling men they need to calm down. She rides. We trip. Dime lo que quieres. Sabes que no tengo solo un tipo de mujer. Yeah. Solo quiero verte. Date lo que quieres, nunca tener que perderte. Estoy feliz de conocerte. Te prometo que te veré antes de jueves. Si fumo y tú bebes. Dime si tú te atreves. Said she want a bop, so I wrote one. Who remembers that one? What's good, y'all? We getting started. Just give me a couple minutes. Make sure y'all let everybody know that we live. She want a bob, so I wrote one. Said she want the green, so we smoke what she likes. She gets. No, 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 no. Said she had a man, but he's gone now. Always telling men they need to calm down. She rides. We trip.
Warning, some viewers may find the following talent dope as This episode of The Review Room is intended for mature audiences only.
Yeah, the man, but he's gone now. Cry me a rap.
Introducing for the very first ever live and in person review.
You know it's time for the review room. But if I'm being honest, Amar needs to get his ass back in that studio and drop some new fucking music, cause I'm tired of waiting.
Yo. What is good, everybody? I don't know why. Man, listen, y'all, I'm trying to get my chat together on the screen. I clearly cannot get it together. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. There we go. Look at that. I don't know what happened there. Welcome to the review room, everybody. Tonight is going to be a really special night, so I'm happy, really happy, I'm ecstatic, y'all. Y'all don't even know. We are welcoming a very special guest tonight, somebody who I've worked with very closely, but she's worked with some big names, y'all. She's worked with HBO, Marvel Studios, Tisa Korean, Kentheman, AJ McQueen. We were talking about it earlier. She going to tell y'all about every single person she's worked with. We're going to talk about a few things that she's been working on recently, but let me let her introduce herself, y'all. There is only one in the entire world. Tonight we are welcoming the one, the only, Dorothy Chan. Dorothy Chan, are you there?
Everybody, thank you for having me tonight. I'm actually kind of nervous. I don't really talk to that many people. It's usually just me and the artist in the studio, to be really honest. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to actually kind of listen to some new music from different artists. So hopefully, we can, really share some ideas, have a good time tonight. So yeah, I definitely worked with different artists before. Recently, I just finished an immersive mixing for a Cartel Bowl. It's the latest single that he dropped. Of course, Tobe Nwigwe. I finished his full album. We're working on something new as well, so it's really exciting. Yeah, so there's like a couple of different artists that I work with, so I'm really excited to be here.
Well, we are more than happy and more than excited. We're actually, all of us are honored here in the review room to have you tonight. It's been, honestly, it's been a blessing to get to know you, Dorothy. Like, it's incredible to even think about, like, some of the critiques I've given here in the past have been really inspired by a lot of the things that you've told me in the studio. Like, you know, like, open your mouth or enunciate, or like, make sure your timing is correct, or like, you know, you need to sing on pitch, Amar. Don't be like that. Like, you've been, like,
You steal all my catchphrases, huh?
pretty much. You might have to trademark them at this point, because nah. But Dorothy, it's really is an honor to have you in the review room tonight. And you know, a lot of us want to kind of get to know who you are, your creative journey. You know, you kind of spoke about a few of the artists that you've worked with, but we want to know about you. So firstly, you know, for anybody who is not super familiar with you and your work, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit further?
Um, well, my name is Dorothy, and I actually wasn't born in the U.S. I was actually born in Hong Kong until I was in high school. Then I start to, I first moved to Corpus Christi, which is like 5 hours away from Houston, and it was quite a journey because like culture shocks, all that. And then after that, I was actually moving around for quite some time. But the number one thing that I never, I still have passion even since I was a little kid has always been, music. Of course, I play piano. I'm Asian. I played piano when I was a little kid. And then later on, I start playing in a band for a little bit. I was a bass player for a while, learn guitar, play a little bit of drums, percussions, and stuff like that.
Dang,
But after that,
Dorothy.
yeah. um, but after that, for a while, I was like, I really like all this. I like, playing the different instruments. Um, but I find that, my personality doesn't really fit in, live music scene. So later on, I start to, talk to a lot of my bandmates, a couple of my mentors. So later, I start to realize maybe I should do some live sound, do something that, fit my personality. I'm a very logical person, so I start to, look for another route for doing music. So later on, I went to school for audio engineering. Then, I was in Florida for like a year or two, and then I moved back to Houston, and I start doing. At first, I start doing some live sound. I was interning everywhere, but then I find the studio that works really well for me. Like everybody was like very welcoming, so I start working at Baron Studios. So I've been working there since almost 15 years now.
Wow. So, I mean, how did that even come about? Like, getting to work at Baron Studios? Because I know.
It's very.
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
think it's really interesting. Like, Baron Studio is a studio that's I always feel like they're not very judgmental. They always they welcome everybody who is talented. So it's really really who actually have a passion for music. So that's how I get started there. I mean, I was the only one female, but well, I'm actually still the only female engineer
Yeah.
there. But being able to work with a lot of different things. Travis Scott started there. Don Toliver
Yeah.
started working with us. I still remember him coming in the studio at first. Just work with all these different people. They are just really, really cool. So I really had a great time, and everybody there was just super. We work more as a team, and they really, really helped me through my whole career.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing, especially because you've been there for 15 years. So, I mean, Baron Studios started when? Like,
It was almost. I think this year or the next year is gonna be the 20 years.
20 years. So,
And Houston.
yeah, so you've been there, almost since the beginning of Baron Studios. So it's cool to know you've been there
Yeah.
for 15 years. I can't imagine like how much you've learned in that 15 years. I've seen Dorothy in the studio, y'all, and let me tell y'all, she is fast. And she's not just fast, she's precise, and that's hard. It's hard to be both. I feel like she's just like like I don't think I've ever heard keys click and clack that quickly closely together. But Dorothy, I kind of want to talk more about, you kind of mentioned, you were born in Hong Kong, you moved to the US, and you spoke about it as sort of a culture shock. So, like, do you want to talk more about that? Like, how did I guess you moving here kind of influence, your path and things like that?
It's really interesting you mentioned that because I think it's really work more as an advantage for me, not speaking the language, like English never is my the tongue. Uh, but at the same time, it does help me. You work with me before, you record with me before,
Yeah.
and it's crazy how when I listen to songs or lyrics, or even like just singing, how people singing, it's actually helped me so much because I notice a lot of detailed stuff that, if you speak a language, you don't really think about it. Um, for instance, I think, we talked about it before, like how you ending a line, when you have the words end with an end, like, when you, let's say, you ending with a vowel or, you ending with a consonant, it's totally a different thing. When you end a word like, let's say, meat, it end with a e. A lot of people don't realize they don't actually end with an e like that.
Yeah.
They actually have to open them a little bit more because if not, your line is actually going to sound shaky. It's going to sound a little bit nasally.
Yeah.
Those stuff, if you never go to vocal coach, you never actually went to school, or you're not singing professionally for a long time, you can't really actually notice that. But
Yeah.
because I don't speak the language, so for me, I learning, like noticing stuff like that comes really handy. Because for me, when I listen to stuff, I'm not just listening to lyrics. I listen to, your vowel, the way you enunciate your word. Um, and all that actually helps a lot. And also it helps a lot too, if you're talking, crazy shit in your song, like you're like cursing people out or like, talking your strip clubs and all that. It really doesn't bother me because I don't really listen to it like this.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a really interesting point you make, and the fact that it's an advantage, I think it's definitely true. Ed the Soundman said, listening to music helps with second language articulation. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And something maybe it's just me, but I feel like when people like perform or sing or whatever in a different language, they have less of an accent than when they're actually speaking it. I don't know if anybody else can kind of see that as well or hear that as well. Let me know in the chat. But if y'all have any questions for Dorothy, make sure y'all ask them in the chat. We got her here until 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm sorry, Dorothy, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was actually gonna say, it's funny too, because if a lot of like Latin artists, or when they speak, when they sing in English or something like that, they sound a little different. K-pop, like sometimes they sing a lot of like English lyrics,
Yeah.
but when you hear it, it doesn't sound the same. It never sound the same, which is really interesting, and it's actually a really fun thing because they still like they have a habit of like the way that they sing, or if you listen to other languages, it feels totally different. So I think that's the beauty of music too. Like it really doesn't matter what language you are singing. To be honest, there are certain things that um, you still kind of capture the way, even though you're speaking a different language in one.
Yeah, and that's a really beautiful thing to say. I definitely agree. There's like certain music that I like to call like 3 a.m. in Spain music, where it's like you can be from anywhere in the world at 3 a.m. in Spain dancing to this kind of music, and nobody cares about what the lyrics are saying. They're just tapping into the sound, which is like it's a universal experience music. So I really appreciate you for saying that. But I want to ask you a couple more questions before we get into the review. I know a lot of people are eager to hear your critique of their song, especially, given you got the 15 plus experience. Like I said earlier, you work with a lot of big names like Tisa Korean, Tobe Nwigwe, you mentioned earlier, AJ McQueen. Who am I missing? You said HBO Studios, Marvel Studios. Like it's really incredible to sit and think about how much you've accomplished. And I think we sort of talked about that earlier before the review. And you know, you said you were looking at your resume and you were thinking like, wow, like I've done a lot of things. So do you want to talk about, you
Yeah,
know,
well,
that
I
growth?
mean, Bizzy Bone was actually I think he just dropped another project beginning of September. He's one of the cool artists that I work with. He's super nice.
Yeah.
Um, well, he's super nice in a way. He is super nice to me. Uh, and well, and also I recorded Yolanda Adams. I think she just dropped the album too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Anthony Hamilton, I just, recently, uh, finished some of the work. I actually recorded him on Toby's song, so he's like a super cool guy to record with. So
Yeah.
yeah, those are the couple of people that I work with.
Man, Dorothy, like, I want to play your music. I know I'll probably get a copyright strike for it though, because you'd be working with some big people. But guys, if y'all want to, you know, if you guys want to check it out on YouTube or anything like that, if you want to look at Dorothy's work, you can actually go to, is it baronstudios.com?
Recordwithbaron.com. If you
Record.
follow me on Instagram, I think I can just post my um IG handle. You can actually follow me and probably see all the credits that I have.
Let's see. Let's look at Dorothy's page real quick. Can you see my stream still, Dorothy?
Yeah. I can
Okay,
totally
cool.
see it.
All right, so if y'all want to follow Dorothy, make sure y'all type in with her. At least see her name here, DORDOROTHYC on Instagram. If you want to work with her, I think you can send her a DM for inquiries. Yeah, you see that?
Yeah,
Right,
feel
right
free
there.
to DM me. If you have any questions, I'm actually
Let's
super
go.
open to talk about music, audio, anything related.
Yeah. Well, just wanted to show that there so everybody could see. And if you want to tap in with her, there we go. If you want to tap in with her, then you can reach out to her, recordedwithbaron.com or on her Instagram. There was something else I wanted to ask
Someone
you.
said that I miss that I work with you. Yeah, that's right. I work with you for so long.
Yeah, we have been working for a long time, and like I've learned a lot from you, Dorothy. Like it's just I like working with you because I feel like you're very straightforward and to the point, and like I need that. Like I need you to be very straight with me, especially when it comes to music stuff. So I just appreciate you for taking the time to come on. I'm gonna ask you one more question, then we're gonna get to the review. A lot of people are eager to get your opinion on their track. Make sure y'all go to my website. It's in the description if you want to submit a song. So what is your approach to working with new artists? Or do you, or like, I guess, how do you adapt to working with genres that you don't usually work with? I mean, I guess at this point you probably work with all of them.
Really depends on it really depends on the genre, or and even right. I mean, to be really honest, it's 2024 right now. There's not like a single genre that have never just be itself, like never influenced by other stuff. A
Yeah.
lot of the genre right now like kind of crossover, like hip hop have like country influence, vice versa. So there's actually a lot of different influences in music, which is amazing because like you can use a lot of different technique in a different genre when you learn certain things. I think working with new artists, number one thing is that we gotta actually kind of know the process of the recording process. A lot of people when they like write a song, like they have everything in their mind. It's like, oh, this is what I want to sound like. But at the same time, in reality, it might not be the same when you start to perform it. When you think of like a certain lyrics or certain like um, melody in your head, you'll be like, oh, that sounds so beautiful. It will be perfect. And
Yeah.
then when you start singing it out loud, it'll just like, I'm not sure if that works. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like it's always gonna be like that. There's always gonna be some sort of progress like that. So usually, it depends on the artist, if they are experienced or not. Usually people who start working with me right now, they already kind of, did some recording at some point, or they already kind of have some idea like how a recording process, or mixing or mastering process is going to be. So, once they kind of know, I think the number one thing I always talk to artists, you probably experienced that before, I've always asked the artists is that what kind of like, what do you see the song to be? Like, what is your vision for this?
Yeah.
If you, it's, I always tell people it's kind of like a GPS, for you. You have to have a guideline, like you set a GPS, destination or your car ride, where you're going, hey, I'm going to the mall right now. There's like 10,000 different ways you can get to the mall,
Yeah.
but at the same time you need to know where you're going first, because if you don't know where you're going, you will just be driving around like crazy.
Yeah.
It's the same way with making music. You got to actually know what you want to, how you want the sound to be, or what your song should be. Let's say if your song is like, hey, it could be anything. It could be like, hey, the whole song should be orange, or it should be blue. It's supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be sad. You gotta start somewhere to figure out, okay, what do I want to sound like, Or hey, I recently, you listen to a certain song, you're like, hey, that would be a really good reference for how I want my song to be. Then we start pulling up those references so we can see, okay, how are we gonna achieve those sounds? How are we gonna actually make your vision come true?
Yeah.
Maybe the song is about, your previous relationship, or maybe the song is about, like you want to cheer people up, you want a happy song. It really doesn't matter, but you have to set that first. Because once you set that, then the process we can actually figure it out. I
Yeah.
think that's really, really important. And also, when you set certain expectation that it's not like, hey, maybe I cannot do, or maybe I feel like, hey, we might not be the perfect fit. We find it out early on so that I can refer you to different engineers, or I can refer you to a different producer to actually help you better. But at the same time, we gotta actually set that goal first.
Yeah. So make sure y'all, when y'all go in the studio, y'all are intentional with your sound. You have a vision for it. All right.
You
Cause
you don't necessarily have to do that, but
mm,
then you will be sitting in the studio with me trying to figure out what to do.
yeah.
That that's not that's not.
Man, I was gonna ask you like a super quick question. Oh, yes. So off the top of your head, first thing that comes to your mind, if you wanted to jam to a song right now, what song would it be? What are you jamming to right now?
I'm not really jamming to anything right now because I just finished a couple of projects. Usually, like, when I finish a project, it's stuck in my head.
Yeah. So, do we get to know what's stuck in the head? Is there an NDA or something?
Actually, named David, and he just finished his EP. Is actually a lot of the remake of a lot of the really classic R&B song. Well, actually, he does really good R&B. David Michael Wyatt. I think a lot of people heard of him already. He'd been working with Toby since day one, but his last project is definitely one of my favorite because we actually spent quite a lot of time just to help him find his own sound, and I'm super happy because his vocal is really, really beautiful, um, but at the same time, it's really difficult to really capture the beauty of his vocal. So
Yeah.
we actually spent quite a time just finding the right mic for him, finding the right setup for him. I remember I actually switched out a couple of different preamp, just to find a perfect setup for him. So that project turned out really, really good, and I'm super happy because I feel like um his previous stuff never, like we never captured the best part of his vocal. In this project, I think we finally got it.
I'm looking at him right now on YouTube, and if you can see,
Yeah, I think he just finished his tour.
can I play it or will I get a
So
copyright, you think?
I'm sure. I mean, if it's on YouTube, I I assume you can play a little bit of it. I really don't know.
Let's do it.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? I can't stand to see me walk out that door.
There we go.
Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now.
Oh, damn. Damn.
Thank God for mom and dad for sticking together, cause we don't know how.
Guys, I don't want to get a copyright strike on this video because I want people to be able to watch it back. But y'all check it out. This is David Michael Wyatt on YouTube.
Yeah, check out his whole, like, really a different take on a lot of the songs.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to that one later. That was Hey Ya. So you worked on that one, or?
I actually work on the whole EP.
Oh my gosh. Dorothy, we are honored by your presence.
Yeah.
Thank you again for coming. Listen, I want to go ahead and get started. Oh, what's up?
Oh, no. I was just saying, like, it's really good to have artists that, that you really capture. Like, I really spent a lot of time just figuring out his voice, and which is really great, because, that's a relationship right there. And once you get it, that's the setup for him, and then, you really capture the vision.
Yeah. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Y'all, make sure you guys follow her on Instagram. Make sure you tap in with her. Check out some of her work. She's amazing. Like she said earlier, I'm sorry. She worked on a majority of this EP with David Michael Wyatt. So check out some of his work as well. But y'all, we're going to get started with the review. How's everybody feeling tonight? Can I get some good energy in the chat? And he said, is no one chatting, or am I just tripping? Everybody locked in to what Dorothy's saying right now. They're just absorbing everything in their ears. Let me get some lightning bolts in the chat. Let me get some good energy if y'all are in here with me tonight. Send Dorothy some good energy. Appreciate that, y'all. We're going to get it started with a song called Speed by Fredhead LaFleur featuring Julian. Y'all let me know what you think about this track right here. Dorothy, can you hear it?
It's goodbeats.com.
Suspended like the pants of Urkel. I be packing bowls of purple, kicking it like Ninja Turtles. You know this, your girl noticing. I'm mumbling, high stumbling, stomach grumbling, leave your ass wondering, man, why my girl wanna go with him? Shit is simple. I don't fuck with simpos, and I keep my life triple. And I'm from the 850 FLA, hide up on the low. It's still IDK, still every day. I be lost like, hold up, where are we? Shit, are those palm trees? Bitch, roll my joint, please. My nigga lost his car keys. You niggas acting like AMC. Short fuse like TNT. Think twice before you fuck with me. That white bitch wanna fuck with me. My Asian hoe looks lovely. Hispanic women and ebonies. My sweatshirt be Hindu. My eyes looking tie-dye. My weed hits like jujitsu. Bitch. Chill with my nigga, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. We in the cut, we rolling up. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. We in the cut, we rolling up. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. Chill with my niggas, don't give a fuck. We in the cut, we rolling up.
Cruising and riding, just blowing green. Me and my niggas just rolling E's. Extend on deck with 6 G's. Bad bitch, she a 10-piece. Getting head from Chinese. She go double time, call her side me's. Yo, main chick keep calling me. She a side hoe that hits the knees. break it down in Roma trees. I stay chief and don't give a fuck. By 12 ounces, just smoke it up. You lame niggas can't smoke with her. Got the purple stuff, no indica. Text pull it up, just leaned it up. She slow it down when she suck me up. Got ABN all in my blood. We never showed these hoes love. Yeah, we never showed these hoes love. Don't wanna give them my glove. Just slap in the face on the butt. Yeah, I like messing with hoes, bro. Bass God taught me everything. If you don't know now, Bass God fuck all my bitches and I fucks all the other bitches that Bass God didn't fuck. But Bass God fucks all my bitches anyway, so. All the bitches in the world. Asian girls,
Fuck with us.
Mexican girls,
Bitch.
Caribbean girls,
Bitch.
Korean girls,
Bitch.
fat girls,
Yo mama.
grandmas,
Bitch.
MILFs.
Ho.
Don't give a fuck, my nigga.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
All these hoes around the world, we just gonna fuck them.
Definitely got a critique for this track, y'all.
Fuck ass nigga.
Hey, shout out to my nigga Antoine.
Shouts out to
That was Speed by Fredhead LaFleur featuring Julian. Y'all, I just want to have a friendly reminder. In the review room, we like to keep it honest, positive, and constructive. So make sure if y'all got a critique, we keep it honest, positive, and constructive. Let me know what y'all thought about that track in the comments right now. Dorothy, what was your opinion on that? How do you think that one could have been improved?
I really like well, let me talk about like what I like about the song first. I do really like the old school vibe, you know, how actually warm the vocal is. And also, you know, I feel like it kind of the whole track, you know, kind of feel a little bit darker, kind of keep that old school vibe to it. The drums definitely a little bit more upfront, which, you know, make perfect sense, you know, if you're going for like a more old school 90s hip hop vibe. So I think that's a really good thing about that track. My biggest two things that, you know, really jump out is actually just the vocal overall. I feel like it's more like a sonic thing. It's not really a performance thing.
It's more like a what? Can you kind of cut out?
It's more like a sonic quality thing, not really a perform, you know, thing. It's just an overall consistency of the vocal, you know. The vocal kind of moving a little bit too much in terms of, you know, the tone. So basically some of the tone feel a little bit darker, you know, your top end doesn't sound as clean. Basically, you know, some vocal feel a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
Some vocal actually darker. So all of a sudden you feel like the vocal kind of moving in and out, like throughout the track. And it's kind of distracting because, you know, you're trying to actually hear the performance, really trying to listen to the lyrics. But then it's like somebody just talking to you, but they just keep jumping around. So that's more like a sonic thing.
Yeah.
And then I do feel like the vocal is a little bit, you know, louder overall in the track. I would be like, hey, I wish I can hear a little bit more of the sample. I wish, you know, they can kind of like blend in a little bit more. And if we're going for like a really, really old school sound, I feel like the vocal can tuck back even more because, you know, a lot of the really old hip hop, you know, they actually like the vocal just a little bit tucked back so that the beats can kind of like jump out a little more.
Yeah.
So I think stylistic, it could, you know, change a little bit so that it can kind of fit the genre a little more.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it could have been mixed down a little bit better. I mean, I think they just recorded it over the MP3 or whatever. So I don't know if there was gonna be any blending going on. I think I actually know who this is personally. I'm gonna text him and be like, "Yo, that was an interesting song that you submitted tonight to the review room. It definitely had that old school vibe. You know, I really enjoyed the confidence of y'all's delivery. But yeah, vocals definitely need a better mix down for sure. You guys, how are y'all?
The performance feel really, you know, like it definitely have a lot of confidence in the delivery, and also like the vocal actually sound really interesting. You know, the performance, the way that the cadence changing, all that. So that's why I was like, the performance really feel great. I think it's more like a sonic thing.
Yeah, definitely. You guys, how are we feeling tonight? Let me get some more good energy in the chat if you're in here watching. If I could just get some lightning bolts in the chat. We got Dorothy Chan in here, a professional. No, I'm just kidding. We had this conversation earlier. No, she's mixing, mastering, recording audio engineer, currently in Houston. We're in Houston, Texas, for Baron Studios. So y'all definitely tap in with them, and make sure you follow her on Instagram. Show her some love. Dorothy, do you have a moment in time where you thought, earlier you kind of spoke about maybe maybe you'll have a few sessions with an artist and you'll kind of think like, okay, maybe I can refer them to someone who might fit their needs a little bit better. How do you approach a situation like that?
Well, fortunately, I work in the studios, and I do actually. Houston is a huge city, um, but we all actually kind of know each other. All the engineers. Even if I never met them in person, I probably either talked to them on the phone before, or we have sent file to each other before, and we kind of like have an artist that we all work with. Um, Together before. So like Houston, the engineer pool is actually it's not small, but everybody kind of know everybody.
Yeah.
So that's actually that's the beauty of it. Sometimes if I have project, I'm like, hey, I really can't do that, or hey, I have someone I need to send out, you know, to LA or so on. Like we always know, hey, we know a couple of different people that we can do that.
Yeah.
Which can tell you a really funny story, which is kind of crazy, but at the same time, it was really funny. So we have work. Well, we actually I've known like 3 or 4 different live sound engineer, and we did have a live sound situation with Toby. Like we need to record some live sound with him for his whole set. But for some reason that weekend, that just literally just that weekend, because we were all just running around, and that weekend, all 3 of the live sound engineers that we know, they were all out of town. Like nobody was in town at all for doing the live sound. I was in the middle of mixing some stuff. I was like, hey, I need someone to get that going, so we can get the live sound recorded. But fortunately, that same day when it happened, when we were just running around going crazy, it was like, why is everybody going out of town? um, I actually met another engineer at that moment. She was just telling me, hey, I just have another female engineer that do live sounds. I want to, introduce you guys together. And then I was like, I need her number right now. And then we grabbed her number, we got her in, and she just did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that was crazy. I mean, like, we have quite a lot of live sound engineer around. I just can't believe that 3 guys just go out of town all of a sudden, like all
Yeah.
together. I have no clue why they did that.
Well, you guys pivoted.
But fortunately, yeah.
And it worked.
Well,
and it worked out.
fortunately,
Yeah.
when you know people who
Yeah.
know people, that's really important.
When you know people who know people. Well, I mean, I've definitely been in unexpected situations, but never something like that. That's crazy. But I'm glad that it ended up working out, and you got to connect with a new engineer. So that's always dope. And that was here in Houston.
Yeah, it was in Houston. It was definitely in Houston.
All right. Well, guys, I want to move forward with the review. I want to make sure you guys all have some time for Dorothy to give you a critique here. So the next song I'm going to play is a song by Coded Polecat. This one is called Bath Time Bumps. Let me know what y'all think about this track right here. I appreciate the good energy. Thank you. Hey, what's good, everybody? I'm sorry I never said hi to everybody. What's good, Chrissy, Craig? We got Spark. We got what's good, Only the Host. Thanks for coming, D Money, Loop City Slums. Always appreciated. Y'all tap in with his show as well. Spin It Up. Him and Burns Boy. Spark the Philly, of course. Lord Slums, thank you for coming. Rachel, who else we got? We had Ed the Sound Man in here. Insomniac, Maddie Jade. Much love to everybody. I don't want to miss anybody, but if you're in here, let me see some good energy. I appreciate y'all so much. Next song we're gonna play, Coded Polecat. Bath Time Bumps. Time Bumps, Coded Polecat. What an interesting track. I have a critique for it. I mean, I really like what you did. Honestly, the name is very fitting. I mean, maybe not the bumps part, but the bad time part. I'm not sure what bumps you're referring to, but the bad time part I feel like is very fitting because it has that sort of, I don't know, like what is it, the bells that you used here kind of give me like a dreamy lullaby sort of feel. But one critique I would have is that the timing was off in certain points for the drums. I feel like especially towards the end, and I don't know if that was intentional. Right there, I don't know if y'all heard that there, but that was just like maybe an extra beat or something right there. But I think that would be my critique of it. But I really like the overall vibe of it. I thought it was really nice. The sax, all the sound selection was nice. What do you think, Dorothy?
I really like the vibey sound. It sounds like I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the YouTube channel doing the lo-fi sound.
Yeah.
When there's like a girl like writing something or something, like it's a YouTube channel. I've seen people play it all the time. So it kind of feel like the lo-fi, uh, energy right there, which is really nice. I think definitely the choice of the instrumentation was really really nice. I
Yeah.
really like the toward the ending, when you kind of like drop out a little bit of the music, um, and then have like a little solo going on, and then come back in with it, which is really great idea. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. I was like, hold on, let me listen to that again.
Yeah. And the reverse thing that or like sound effects that you were using, that was really nice. That was a really nice touch too. Um, I think the number one thing though is I always tell artists, it's really important if you're only making song for yourself, that's totally fine. But if you start, making songs for a different audience, especially if you start, you want to start, pursuing, uh, doing production as a professional. There's a couple of things. I think when you started doing music, you never think about stuff like that. But when you start, really getting into the industry, there's certain things that you have to look out for. What kind of tempo you're using, it has to be consistent because that's how either the record label um, or the sync, how they actually gonna like get your song to do different placements and stuff. You have to actually have at least a consistent tempo that then they can actually present it to different uh company to do placement, or if you let an artist using it, the record label need those information. Also, and also part of it is like when if you want some artists, to use your song, you want them to be able to like really just, bob the head, vibe with it. So if the tempo is a little bit inconsistent, it will be way harder for you to actually approach different artists like that. So if just for like, vibing music, it's totally cool and it's totally fine. Musically, it's not really a huge problem. But like I said, if this is gonna be a professional that you're looking to, pursue, then you gotta kind of start to keep an eye on that because those are the stuff that people probably not gonna tell you, but it will make it so much harder if you don't have all these details locked in to get into, doing professional stuff.
Dorothy, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sitting here just listening, like absorbing. I'm like, and it makes sense what you're saying, like especially if you're trying to reach a wider audience, there's certain things you need to do to make sure it can appeal to a bigger audience. So we appreciate that piece of advice. How you feeling, Dorothy?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Feeling great.
I hope everybody is feeling great too.
Dorothy, quick question. What's your favorite fruit?
You remember a long time ago in the studio, you asked me a question, and then I was just like, huh, this is an interesting question you asked me. You asked me what um
I don't remember what
um
I ask a lot of interesting questions.
oh, I mean it's just like people don't really ask questions about me because as an engineer, like we don't have to talk about a lot of stuff about myself. I do like mango, by the way.
Mango. All right. I'll keep that in mind, Dorothy. I'll keep that in mind. Shout out to all the mango fans in here. Y'all toast the mango for Dorothy here tonight. She's joining us from Houston, Texas, Barron Studios. Y'all, she does it all. She's incredible at what she does. I believe she was featured on one of Michelle Obama's favorite song playlists, and you were featured on there as one of the engineers.
She was she has a playlist of songs that she, really like. And she just posted about it. It was actually Toby's song. To make it to playlist. It was the first song that he blew up on. It was I'm Dope.
I'm Dope. And you mixed mastered and everything, recorded that? No.
Yeah. Well, I didn't record it. We actually just finished mixing it. That was literally the first time I worked with him, and it was great thing. We were all excited about it.
Yeah. That's really cool. I every time I mention you in conversations, I'm like, yeah, she's done a lot of cool stuff. Didn't you? Hasn't your music? Sorry, I can't spit this out. Been on like Emmy nominated TV shows and things like that as well?
Yeah, we did get an Emmy nomination. It was not. It was actually a commercial.
I see.
We got nominated to I think best commercial or something like that. And then, of course, Toby got nominated for best new artist. That was really exciting too.
Yeah.
So it was really.
So what do you think has been the most exciting project that you've worked on to date? And why?
I think every different artist, I work with is actually a different type of excitement, and that's why I do this, because I really like it, So I think every project has its own challenge. But well, I think the most proud that I was, at least the last month, it was definitely Toby's project. It's been going on for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And he always has a vision for that, and we always heard him talking about the vision, and we were really excited. But when we start to finalize the project, that's when we were all like, this is way bigger than what we imagined it, the way that he did all his videos, the way he planned on doing all the different things, how he actually incorporate all the choir in every single song.
Yeah.
Even just him singing so much more in the song. And I genuinely lost sleep, during that project, because it's just a lot of different things that goes into it.
Yeah.
But at the end, the day when it came out, we were all I was just really happy. I was extremely excited, Even Toby was like, I've never seen Dorothy excited about anything before. And I was like, yeah, I was really, really proud of that project.
Yeah. That's really amazing, and it's beautiful to hear how much he involved you guys in the project. It seemed like, he talked about it with y'all. He told you his vision, and he said you lost sleep over it. I know you were working on that album with the choir, with the choir for every song. Yeah, that's incredible, Dorothy. You've really done some amazing things. I think you should brag a lot more about the things you've done. But of course, you're so humble that you don't.
Don't get me wrong though. I actually really love all the projects that I work on. To be really honest, if I don't like the project I work on, I'm probably not gonna work on it. So all the I lost sleep with a lot of the artists I work with, a lot of
Yeah.
the project that I actually, um, think about it a lot. So I think all the artists that I work with, I genuinely feel really good about it.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Is there a particular artist, maybe his name starts with an A, that's your favorite independent artist? Maybe that first name is Amar, maybe.
Uh, and I really wish, he
No,
actually happened a
no,
lot
she's gonna
more
put me
really.
on blast. She's about to put me on blast. I know, Dorothy. It's coming. We're working. It's weird. It's happening. But anyway, I want to pivot a little bit to a different subject, of course. But I want to ask you about, what do you think about AI and its role in music right now?
I think has this it's a lot of people see it's like, oh my goodness, we're gonna like have like we gonna lost our job, we're not gonna, like people don't listen to music anymore, or they just don't care about genuine artists anymore. Um but on the other hand, I think that's actually um where a lot of artists gonna shine if you actually do a lot of live sound, doing a lot of live show. Um, I think right now, and I see that more often with a lot of different artists too, is that a lot of artists actually shine much better. They perform much better when they're doing live. I've worked a lot of artists. If you record with me, you actually heard me say that before. Is that I need your live energy and bring that into the studio. Because a lot of people, when they do live, the energy is just completely different.
Yeah.
And that's actually how you build the connection with your audience. A lot of people, like, yeah, they can do pretty good in the studios, but they just play it really safe. They just feel like, oh, I don't have, like the same energy because you don't really feel a lot of different the audience, feeding you the energy. And I think that's why AI, it will never go away. It will always write new songs. It will always, trying to do all the new stuff. But at the same time, I think live sound, being able to see someone performing in front of you, that sensation, that moment when you feel like the artist is singing right to you, when you feel the goosebump, those are nothing can actually replace it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists, you still write your own song, you still do your own thing, but at the same time, it's time, you really have to start going out more, trying to perform in front of human beings so that you can actually, really feel the energy. And also a lot of artists, when they perform live, they actually perform like they all the recording, the song structure, the way that they actually using the vocal, it's actually just so much better. I think that definitely helps a lot, if you're starting to do a lot of performing. So I highly recommend if you never actually just go out, perform, yeah, start doing it. Just start going out.
Yeah, I would want to backpack off what you said, because guys, don't underestimate the power of like open mics and like poetry nights and things like that. Because honestly, I think the first poetry night I went to was one of AJ McQueen's, and I actually like had the opportunity to meet him and talk with him, and it was really cool because now he's like this big rapper and he's doing a lot of cool things. But he had this thing called the Writer's Block, which was an event that happened like every last Friday of the month or something like that. So I would go up there and like perform like my poetry and things like that. And so that really gave me a lot of confidence and really allowed me the ability to not only perform in front of other people, but record myself performing so I could go back and watch it and be like, okay, what did I do in that first performance that I could do better on the next performance? So don't sleep on open mics. Don't sleep on poetry nights. Don't sleep on the opportunity to just be in front of people. Y'all, I mean, things like that. Craig knows I'm not a huge fan of karaoke. Shout out to Craig. Appreciate you for coming to Houston for the review room, man. It was really great to have you in there. Hopefully we're gonna have another one next year. Hopefully we can get Dorothy. She got a busy schedule. She told me she probably won't be available till 2028, but we're gonna try to no, I'm just kidding. We're gonna try to make that happen. But anyway, I was gonna ask you something else. What would you what advice would you give to anybody that's looking to get into audio engineering?
I think that's really interesting because today a lot of people asked me that question before. I think there's a couple of things to get started on. It's first of all, you kind of have to know what all well basically you have to start to see what your parts, you know. But at the same time, they're like, oh, I just want to like learn how to engineer my own thing. But at the same time, you can be a really, really good producer and a really, really good engineer. But it doesn't mean that, you know, if you're a good producer, you will be a good engineer because it's still slightly different.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people when they get into a producer mode, they don't know how to, you know, their engineering skills, you know, go all the way down because in his back of his mind, he can't switch role really quick. So you gotta kind of really know, okay, what am I actually, what is my personality? What do I actually like to do? You know, if I really want to do engineer, you know, is that my, you know, does it fit my personality? You know, especially I've met a lot of engineer. Their personality was actually, hey, they don't want to sit in front of this, you know, computer for like 20 hours just editing vocals, you know, like there's a lot of really tedious stuff, or just bouncing out 20 different versions of one song just to, you know, get it to, you know, the record label. Those are very, very small, tedious job, but at the same time, that is part of being an engineer as well. So you kind of have to see what actually fits you better. And if you do think, hey, I think being an engineer might be, you know, the way that I want to go for it, you know. I think really important is never stop learning. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for years, and every single day technology is still updating, you know. There's always new music coming out. There's always, you know, new plugins that are coming out, or new technology or gears coming out. So you gotta prepare yourself that it will be a constant learning process. And if you're like, hey, I'm just really passionate, you know, I love reading menus, you know, I think you'll probably like it. But if you're like, oh, I'm not sure, you know, it's just too much, it might not be a really, really easy thing for you to pick up on. But if you do like that, I think, you know, like being an engineer, you know, you just have to, I think, learn the basic, you know, learn just basic recording, you know, signal flow, you know, learn all this basic first, and then just start talking to a lot of people. I mean, I went to school for, you know, audio engineering, but to be really honest, where I actually learned the most was just talking to different engineers, you know. Like I said, I met almost every single engineer in, you know, in Houston, you know. We talk about, hey, what kind of stuff you use, what kind of computer you use, what is your favorite plugin, you know, what is your favorite mic, you know, what's your signal flow, how you set up your stuff, you know, just by talking to different engineers, or just talking to different artists and be like, hey, who you've been listening to, and then, you know, why do you like the song, you know, just learning different things. Every single day, networking, that definitely is going to help a lot.
Yeah. Well, Dorothy, I was going to ask you something to backpack off of what you said earlier about spending, like, you were just saying it in passing, but, what's the longest you've ever spent mixing a song?
A month.
Oh yeah, how many hours would you say?
But at the same time, let me put it this way though. Like at the same time, I probably was I mean, I constantly, have five or six different songs on hand working on. So, that was just that 1 month. It's a lot. It's just there's a lot of different songs coming in and out.
Yeah.
But I did, spend, a month on and off on the song just because, I really want to focus. And usually when I mix a song, I try to make sure what I give the artist, is my best work so that I don't have to like I want to make sure they listen to what is the best of me. So like that's why that song, like I keep pushing it. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, like I'm well, fortunately he was not on a deadline, so I was like, just give me some time. I really need some time to really get that together. I really want to make sure my like I'm not off on
Yeah.
or I'm not like putting the best into it.
So when you're, working on 5 or 6 songs at a time, how do you find, like, how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
That's a great question. A lot of people know that like I don't really have a lot of personal life, and I try well, I mean, at least the last couple of years trying to balance it a little bit more. But at the same time, I still actually put my artist first most of the time. But at the same time, I try to give myself a schedule to kind of stick, well, kind of follow. Usually, it doesn't really work very well sometimes. But I try to at least give myself a day, maybe a day or two, every week, just so that I don't, I don't get burned out really quick.
Yeah.
So I usually give myself a day or two just to like, calm down. And really the more that I do this, the more I find if you don't give yourself downtime and you just keep yourself being burned out, your passion burn out really quick as well.
Yeah.
You feel like Jason and I talk about this sometimes. It's like sometimes you feel like you're flipping burger. Like, you're working at McDonald's and you're just flipping burger.
Yeah.
And that's the worst feeling in the world. Because we want to love what we do.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, rest, a day or two maybe, like, have a much more set schedule, trying to at least eat 2 meals a day. Sometimes I don't, but I tried.
Dorothy, we gotta keep you fed and hydrated. Do I need to get you one of those like big ass gallon, like a little portable stove, a little refrigerator, so that you stay fed?
I know, like I really need to eat more, to be honest.
Oh my goodness, y'all! Make sure y'all are eating like Dorothy said. Make sure y'all are taking a couple days for yourself. Some time to yourself. Really commit to taking some time to yourself, you guys. Otherwise, like Dorothy said, your passion will burn out. Pretty sure that's where the phrase "burned out" came from. Hey, are y'all still awake? Can I get some good energy in the chat right now? I just need some more lightning bolts just to see who all is in the chat. I just want to show love to everybody that's in here. Eucla, I saw that you submitted a song. I don't see it on my form, though. Make sure you submitted it on the website to the form. And we still have some time to play it, I believe. But I want to go ahead and move forward with the music review. This next song we're going to play is a song by Insomniac featuring Corey. It's called Spaceships. And the description says, I was just playing around with some synths and a whole thing happened. So naturally, I had to get Corey involved. Let's check this jam out right here. This is Insomniac, Corey, Spaceships. Let me get some more good energy, y'all. Let me get some more good energy in the chat. Let me see some lightning bolts. Show Dorothy some love here.
Donuts, I'm doing a lot. Bodies all over the streets, you know that I'm making Pull up with gunners, better duck or you dunna. Bitches know I'm the one-er. Feel like Birdman, I'm stunner. I mean, you know that I'm stunting. You saw Big C, now you're running. I'm thinking fucking the money, so you know how I'm coming. I'm #1 at the tour. Pull up blazing with coolers. Fuck a gang, then you're done. Got you pushing the cooler. At E.T. Going home, run it through like home. Got you meeting with the chrome, fucking with my dome. Sent you all up on my D, come and get me dome. You came in at Big C, we don't do no clones. Taking chicks in Indiana, like last name was Sean. And I ain't talking Italy when I say I roam. All your dogs 6 deep, got your fetching bones. I'm big as 196 BCE. Rosetta Stone.
Insomniac, did you mix this? Also, I need to know where you found that sample. That gushy sample.
Cut the chitter chatter, pitter patter and such. Does it really matter? Young scrapper doing too much, making no sense. Speaking French to a duck. Je ne sais quoi vis-a-vis monkey buck. Cosmos, yeah, saying that. Make it dance like Megan did. Nod your head like a sedative. We make it yet straight meditative. Oops, I mean meditative. Say it my own way, everything's relative. Insomniac, who's David? I'm the most high created. Let's break it down to the basics. Like an old head stepping in his Asics. Shoot the breeze, make you freeze like facelifts. It's going down like spaceships.
Believe in the Matrix. We do the real, we don't make tricks. Pull up with that fakeness. Pull up, you can take this. It's going down like spaceships. 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 Okay, I'm done.
That was Spaceships, Insomniac. Corey, make sure y'all show them some love. They are here in the chat tonight. Insomniac's here in the chat right here. Show him some love. Insomniac said, Corey mixed his verse. I did mine. Corey found the pie sound. It's a pie sound. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, Dorothy, do you want to start off?
I really like it. I really like the sound, and the performance goes really well.
Yeah.
The performance really well. I definitely like the the different play on the vocal. Like you can kind of go up and down with the vocal. Kind of get a little bit crazy on certain performance, and I would like to see more. Push the envelope a little bit more. Play around with different vocal a little bit more. Um, Other than just a kind of like screw vocal underneath it, maybe try, like a robot sound or some distortion just to kind of play it up. I feel like you can definitely do way more like crazier sound on the song, which is really, really cool. And you said that Corey mixed his verse. Um, I'm I'm not, I'm not sure what's your relationship with Corey, or you've been having a great time with him, or like he's your good buddy or something. I feel like you may be able to just ask him to see if he can give you like a cappella of uh his vocal, that is he mixed, so that you can actually blend his part in, because I like your performance, and I think his performance actually goes really well. But on his verse, I feel like all of a sudden the beats just kind of drop down a little bit, so it feels like like I really want to feel that like excitement through the beat, but then at his verse, for some reason, like it feels like, oh, I can't feel as much of that.
Yeah.
So I maybe you can just get an acapella from him, or even if he's willing to be really honest, get a raw vocal from him, so you can actually really blend in his performance, or even change your beat, just on his verse, just to kind of play around with it. I think you would definitely have more creative creative control on that part as well. So I'll definitely suggest, trying to like get in touch and see if you can do that.
Yeah. Okay. So I was gonna say I really dig the vibe of the song. I like the confidence in the delivery, but I agree with Dorothy. I think that it could be like it feels a little tame. I think I would have liked to hear the vocals shine through a little bit more. I felt like the instrumental. That pie sound. But I like the vibe for it. I just thought that the vocals could have been maybe a little bit louder, or maybe the instrumental could have been like, maybe it could have been blended a little bit better. But the second verse sounds really clear. Insomniac, I know that one was you. The only critique I have is I think like on one part on your S, like maybe use a little de-esser.
Let's break it down to the basics. Like an old head stepping in his Asics. Shoot the breeze, make you freeze like facelifts.
And then right there's like a little whistle or something there. So I would just kind of listening for little things like that. Maybe a little bit more de-esser, or maybe on that one part, do that one over. I hear just a little whistle when you. It happens with me too. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get that. But that would be my critique for that. Anything else you want to say, Dorothy, before I move on to the deepest, most part of the interview right now, where we ask you about all your secrets?
No, I think that sounds great. You just need to. I feel like just kind of like watch out for the couple of things we talk about. Yeah, you got a great song. Release it. Release the song.
Y'all heard it. Dorothy said it. She said, "Release it. Put that song out there, y'all." You guys, make sure y'all show some love to Dorothy in the chat. Like I said, make sure y'all hit her up on Instagram. Her name is Dorothy C on Instagram. Why is it Dorothy C?
Well, actually, a lot of people call me Dor just because it's easier, like Jason sometimes. And also, this whole spelling of my name, I find that people don't really know how to spell my name.
Oh. So you just...
So usually I just tell people call me Doris.
I see. You never told me to call you Dora. We must not be that cool. So, but anyway, whatever.
I want people to call me like they call their grandma.
No.
A lot of people tell me I sound like, my name sounds like their grandma.
Oh my god. Dorothy, I once dated a girl named Gladys. So I don't think Dorothy sounds like an old name at all. Listen, shout out to all the Gladyses out there. You are loved and appreciated. Shout out to all the Dorothys out there. You are loved and appreciated, especially the one we have here in the review. Make sure y'all give her a special shout out. Thank you. She's on Instagram. Are you on Twitter as well, Dorothy? I think someone asked that earlier.
I haven't been on Twitter for a while because I think they changed the name, and then I just never get on.
That's fair. It happens to the best of us. I think that happened to me with TikTok, even though I know I need to hop back on. But I want to ask a question about reflecting, because we talked a little bit about it earlier. We talked about you looking at your accolades and thinking like, wow, I've done a lot of things. Is there any advice, like if you could go back in time, is there any advice that you would have given your younger self?
Today I was actually in a college doing a panel. We're just talking about, women in the industry, basically women in the music industry and stuff. So today we were just talking about it. At the beginning of my career, basically, I was the one, and then I was probably the only one, in Houston as an engineer. So a lot of the time, it was a lot of like, even like people around me sometimes, or other engineers, sometimes they don't know how to, really treat you as an engineer, because, when you have a group of guys in the studio, like, the situation will be different,
Yeah.
Then you have a female in the group. Which is kind of crazy. But I think if I go back, if I can ever go back and tell, a little Dorothy what I should do for my career, or I will let her know. Like, I think, you know, don't be afraid to say no, or gotta actually learn how to draw a boundary. Um, Doing music, especially in the music industry. Unfortunately, there's some people are, um, uh, they might look down on you. They might take advantage of you because you are, you're younger, or you are a female. So those are the stuff that like, um, I think a lot of, especially younger engineers now, um, people don't really tell them, because people just feel like, oh, you're gonna be amazing, you're gonna be great, but there's still a lot of struggles, or there's a lot of things. So when I think I will go back and tell Dorothy, I wish I draw a boundary earlier, or like learn how to handle a lot of situation a little bit more, so that it will be easier. But at the same time, that's kind of shaped me into who I am right now. So now I can turn around and tell all these young female engineers, like, learn how to protect yourself, draw a line, and learn when to say no. That's like a really, really important thing.
So do you have any advice for anyone in here who might have a hard time saying no before we get back to the review?
I think you gotta actually, I think, especially doing music, it's not like you doing a 9 to 5 job. And that's why it's really important to know who you are. Like, everything comes from within, like within yourself. So you gotta know, okay, where's my line should be? What makes me feel uncomfortable, and everybody can be different.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to kind of find that. It might take a while for you to actually know what fits you better, where's your bottom line is. But at the same time, once you find it, don't be afraid to stand up, and be yourself. And really big part of it is find a group of people that kind of, agrees with you, or like work better with you, and build many engineers, in Houston area. And sometimes we have to talk about different things. We have to, like, kind of share different information and stuff. And
Y'all be talking
but
about people,
building
huh?
yeah, building a relationship, it's really important.
Yeah. So how do you I'm sorry guys, I said I was going to get back to the review. I just have so many questions for Dorothy. If y'all have any questions, don't forget you can you can comment on YouTube. If you're on X, you can also comment as well. I believe I can see them. Let me see here. Let me just make sure. If not, then we're going to have to fix that in the next one. Yeah, for some reason I don't think I can see the X chat. He said D-Money said I'm too locked in. Hey, yo, I do appreciate everybody for coming in tonight. Let me tell you a short story. Dorothy, I know you remember this part of the review whenever we did the one in Houston where where there was one producer there that submitted a song and they started rapping. Oh my God.
Yeah,
that
was really cool.
It was a really great
Those
moment.
are the moments.
What were we going to say? My bad.
Yeah, that is the moment, that's the moment, the enthusiastic, and those are the moments that AI will never be able to recreate.
Yes, that's true. That's very true. Shout out to Crizzy. Y'all make sure y'all show her some love as well. Very talented producer. Really brought huge highlight to the review room that night. That was my first time ever meeting her, so make sure y'all tap in with her. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get back to it. I know y'all been waiting. Y'all want to hear what Dorothy has to say about y'all's tracks. So this next track right here is going to be a song by D-Money, Maddie Jade, and PU. Or hopefully I'm saying that right. PU, or maybe it's Pooh. I'm not sure, but correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. I really love this cover art, D-Money. Who took that photo, bro? Who took that photo? You took that photo? This is Live for Today. You can still hear it, right, Dorothy?
Yes.
Okay.
will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath.
And immersed in the now, the wild, seen it in style. Crossed the Sahara, conquered Mount Everest and foul. Crossed the world on a play map, up the pyramids. I ran into the deep jungle forest, lit torches like Indiana, cruised the cosmos. Reading rainbows like data, I John Wick, the matrix of destiny. Yes, we create it, live out our best life, yo, that you possibly can. Cause the day we leave this earth will be the day we understand. I puff past to the past, training we had. Legend Seagun, Francis Fong, Edgar Rodan and Van. That the days away, delivering hampers that mattered. Training where we could, if we should, it didn't really matter. Playing at school, forward spark, no care in the world. Growing up our best vibes, then you left and it still hurts. Ever noticed the sky highlighter when the fall of the sun paints a reminder to cherish all of our loved ones?
Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them.
I got a critique for this, y'all stick around.
Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath.
I wear my heart on my sleeve, but where's the love for me when I leave? Feel like 50, nobody likes me. Out of sight, out of mind. Why I gotta remind, bring it back and rewind. Promote myself, where's my cosigns? Crafted tweets and designs, fans that are mine. Standing in line for a poster that's signed. Instant gratification, no patience, no time. Rhymes that age like wine, but will I see the love in my lifetime? Help others out the funk, but where's my lifeline? I'll do it live, acoustic, cut the mic line. Release angels at midnight, nighttime. Hope it's the right time. I'm not in my right mind. Musical sniper, stay out of my sight line. Why you wanna? You don't like what I write?
Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, look for today like you took your last breath.
Like you took your last breath. That was Live for Today. D Money, Maddie Jade, and Pooh. So I like the tone. I really like the tone of Maddie's voice. I think it could use a little bit more volume, and I don't mean volume as in, loud. I mean it needs to have more layers on it so that she can have kind of a fuller sound. I also think that Maddie, whenever you're singing, make sure you're opening your mouth a little bit. I'm guilty of this as well, especially, my mom's a Spanish speaker and stuff, and like in Spanish and things like that, you don't really have to open your mouth. But make sure you're opening your mouth when you're talking and enunciating your words, because there were some points when I couldn't really quite understand the chorus, but I really loved the melody. I thought the tonal quality was great. I love the rap. The only critique I'd have for the rap, I think, just at the end, I love the pocket. D Money. I don't know if this was you or Pooh. I think this was. Hold on, let me see if I can recognize whose voice. Oh, wrong song. Whose voice is who, real quick. So that's Maddie.
Live out our best life, yo, that you pop.
I feel like that's Pooh, and then this is D Money at the end.
Others out the funk, but where's my life?
But I could be wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I like the pocket. Whoever was the last one to rap on the song, I like the pocket that you were hitting. Just make sure you hit it on time. That's pretty much what I would say for my critique. Dorothy, what do you have to say?
I completely agree with what you just said. I really like the different texture of the all the three different vocals. And I think that's a perfect feature because you have different kind of tone in one song, but at the same time, like it still goes really well together in terms of the energy and everything. I do wish, there's a little bit more arrangement on the chorus part, just because I feel like I do agree, like, um, I think being like, enunciate on the chorus, like to sing, it's not just because, you want to kind of hear the words. I think really a big part of it is you want people to actually feel your energy.
Yeah.
Especially, the lyrics that you're talking about, a lot of time, when you just talking to yourself or talking to, your friends, you don't have to raise your voice too much. But in recording, it's just because, recording, you have to actually touch people with your energy. You actually have to project your energy a little bit more. If you don't do that, it's actually much harder for people to actually feel you. It's the same kind of situation when I talk about, when you're doing performance, if you just, by yourself, of course, you can just like kind of lower your voice, just talking to yourself or just talking to one or two of your friends. But if you're like, hey, I want my message to go out more, there's one really, really good analogy I always tell people. You gotta think about like when you are in Toyota Center. There's always gonna be thousands and thousands of people want to hear your performance. You cannot just sing to yourself or just sing to the mic because your energy doesn't really, project enough.
Yeah.
There's, like I said, there's thousands and thousands of people out there. So you gotta kind of start remember, hey, my energy, I need thousands and thousands of people. Even if you're recording, you want that energy. Because like we think about, oh, the mic is gonna pick up everything. But energy, if you don't project, it's never gonna translate through. So I always tell people that's one of the reasons why you want to kind of project your voice a little bit and now say just a little bit, because your emotions, if you don't kind of put out a little bit more, it's going to be really hard for, for the mic to capture it, just because, you want to project your energy a little.
Yeah.
So I think one of the really, really important thing. And also, like I said, because the chorus is the only part that actually, a lot of singing going on. I think, layering it, maybe have like a octave higher voice, just kind of tuck back, just to kind of like, sprinkle on top a little bit more, or even like just one or two harmonies during the song.
Yeah.
I think it will really, really make it pop out so much more, so that, people can actually, basically every single chorus, maybe there's like something different happen, and just keep people feeling more interested, in the song throughout.
That was Live for Today by D Money, you guys. Really great track. Really love that track. That's going to be stuck in my head. I want a lyric video. I want a visual so I can like sing along, rap along, you know what I'm saying? I really did like that. That was a dope track, D Money. Thank you for submitting that song. He said Mind Expanded. Bro, thank you so much for coming and submitting that song. I appreciate it. Mo the Indigo, I see you. Joanne, I appreciate you. Spark the Philly. Craig said you could not be more wrong. The first one was not who you said. my bad. I'm sorry. I obviously need to listen to that album by D Money that just came out. I think it just came out today, y'all. So make sure y'all tap in with him and listen. Let me show you the screen one more time just so y'all can see that album cover looks like, because it's dope as hell. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and move forward with the review. The next song of the night I'm going to be playing is a CD Lovejoy joint. Man, how long... Is he even in here right now? If CD Lovejoy is not in here, we're not going to play his track. He can't be just submitting tracks and not coming. No, I'm just playing. This is... It just says topic. Why? It doesn't have a... It doesn't have a... Oh, it's called Reggae by CD Lovejoy. Y'all check this one out here. Dorothy, can you hear it still? All right, perfect. Oh, he about to be spitting something right here.
Yo, I'm up in the clouds, getting the doubts. Tell me right now, you in or you out? Making a route, making my family proud. And at my shows, you gon' see them in the crowd, screaming loud. Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? I'm just a guy named Shane, and I maintain a mind state on the mainframe. Plain Jane, hard to stay sane, forget the blame game. I got the engine revving up, I'm trying to get 7 up. I'm never giving up, I know I'm good enough. You gon' have to update your memory, cause I promise you gon' remember me and my energy. This is just a better me, not the enemy. There are just some things, nah, we can't just let it be. I got the empathy, generally heavily. I'm trying to build some equity. I've never really been one about the jealousy, especially cause it's my specialty to lift it up. I'ma fill the cup, I guess you could say this is luck. That's what they say when I've struck. I don't do this for a buck, but I hit it like a dunk. I've never been a chump, and I just got a hunch. I'ma get the bucks, I'ma get a bunch, and such, that's enough. I'm hush and hush. That's what I say when I come in clutch. I gotta bust that, like what was that? I do this every day, nah, I can't cut back. Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out?
Let me know what y'all think about this track
clouds,
right here.
Forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Making a route, making my family proud. And now my shows, you gon' see them in the crowd screaming loud. They're asking me, how you be doing what you do? I'm just doing me, and it's taking me to a certain degree. Who was the first to believe it had to be me? And if you don't like it, you can happily leave. I feel like I can actually breathe. We all move at different paces, all our minds are in different places, switching spaces, getting aces with the graces, we ain't changing faces. Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? This is long awaited, every single song I made it. Waiting for my congratulations. Made it through so many agitations. Man in my station, I've been patient. You can get out of some of the darkest places if you just ask for help. It matters how you felt, the world likes to hit below the belt. But take your shot, it might go in, God might let it. Don't you be worried about if you might regret it. If it makes you happy, you gotta do it even if you might net it. Might edit, I said it, I get it, then I get it, yeah I did it. I gotta give myself some credit, I'm indebted. Fix it up like a medic, then I gotta shred it. Let it, then I let it, then I let it, then I let it. How could you forget it? Ready, are we ready? Did you bring the confetti? No need to get aheady, it's time to celebrate. Yeah, it's time to elevate, yeah it's great. This is how I meditate, this is how I medicate. Gotta penetrate. Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out? Up in the clouds, forgetting the doubts. Tell me right now, are you in or you out?
Comments right now. Listen, that was CD Lovejoy with Reggae. I really enjoyed that track. I thought it was dope. Sounded like you just recorded it as a voice memo almost on your phone or something. But even then, like, considering that, like, the delivery was really solid, like the way you performed it was really nice. It was consistent throughout the whole thing, which I thought was impressive. The only thing I would say, if you want to critique on that, but it's a live memo, so I don't know, like, you know, when you're in the studio, keep this in mind basically. But work on your timing, and like when you say are you in or you out, so keep in mind, guys, one thing I like to do when I'm songwriting, just to make sure that my lyricism, or like my timing on my lyrics, are consistent, is like count the syllables. That's one thing you can do. So he says up in the clouds, that's for up in the clouds, da 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 da, and then he says are you in or you out. That kind of gives it a certain inconsistency that kind of throws me off a little bit. It's not what I expect, and I feel like as for a chorus, a lot of audiences like to know what to expect. So you can cut out some words in there, and even in further down in the verse, I think you can cut some words out just to help that timing. You can say you in or you out. You don't even have to say are you in or you out, but just saying, you know, up in the clouds, you in or you out, or you in, you know, that cuts down at least one syllable, and it makes it sound a little bit more consistent. But I liked it overall, especially considering, you know, it was recorded like on your phone, or maybe like, I don't know, it sounded like some background noise or something. But Dorothy, what do you think?
I think the performance is really, really cool. Like at some point, I was like, "Huh, are you gonna run out of breath or something?" But then you just keep rolling. I was like, "Oh wow, you
Yeah.
just keep that going." That was really, really impressive, to be really honest. And I do like the couple of spots when you kind of change your cadence and keep the, you know, uh keep the flow rolling, and then switching it up so that you make the song a little more interesting. I do really like that. I do agree, like some of the timing just need to be a little bit tighter just so that, especially it's a reggae beat, like it's all about the groove. You want to kind of like feel the drums a little bit more, like, a lot of the reggae song, the rhythm, really, really drive the whole songs. So I think number one thing about timing is that you want people to listen to your song at the same time really enjoy the rhythm on the song. Like when people listen to the song, you want to see them dance. If you see them dance, that means your songs are you're doing great. So I think that's number one thing about timing. So you want to make sure you're grooving with the beat a little bit more. I think that's number one thing. And also I think because you are recording, just one take everything. So there's certain part I was like, oh, I wish, the vocal, have a different, like some background or ad libs that would definitely, make it so much more interesting. So when, if it's possible, like kind of add a little bit more of, different ad lib stuff would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. I think some ad libs would really give it like that. It was a head bobber, you know what I'm saying? But it would just give it that a little bit more flavor, I guess. So you could just give it a little something more.
Especially it's reggae, like I feel like, it's all about the vibe. So it's all about, how you can actually make people feel that energy, So a couple of background, couple of ad libs definitely gonna bring it.
Yeah. That was CD Lovejoy, y'all, with the reggae. Make sure y'all show him some love. The next track of the night that I'm gonna play, well, I'm very excited to play. Actually, this is I guess it's a live session, okay, by Mo the Indigo Music. Look at this, guys. You could be his 10th subscriber, y'all. Subscribe to him right now. Everybody that's watching, go to Mo the Indigo's page and subscribe to him. He's way too talented not to have more people subscribe to him.
Hey everybody,
can you hear it?
Indigo here. I just wanted to perform one of my songs, one of my most favorite songs of mine, called The Fool. I hope that you guys enjoy it, okay? Here we go.
Oh, you got the 2 camera set up. I like that effect on your voice, bro. Okay, Mo, okay.
Sometimes I drink too much, but that's because I feel like I can never measure up to your standards. And maybe I fall in love too quick, too fast, assume the rush with people, just to ease my mind. But tell me, do you believe in love at first sight? Stay up late thinking every night.
Mo, I got a small critique for you at the end. Y'all stick around.
realistic. Blow your mind a few times like ballistics. Out of line, what's your point? Yeah, I missed it. If you don't sow, you don't grow. That's why I did this shit all on my own. You niggas jocking, your hearts be so full of ability. See, that's why I just be questioning. Do you believe in love at first sight? Hey. Stay and play, thinking every night. I say the things that feel just right. Or is that just me? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I do.
Let me get some good energy in the chat from Mo the Indigo. Let me get some lightning bolts in the chat. With his cat in the background. I love that. Yo, Mo the Indigo, that was great. That was a really great live session. Honestly, I love the tone of your voice. I think your voice has a lot of great tonal qualities. One thing I would say, man, and it's because I can actually see you singing, right? I think one thing I notice when you sing is you kind of tighten your jaw a little bit. And I think that might affect the projection of what you're singing, and also it can make your vocals a little shaky, kind of like what Dorothy was saying. Like when you sing an E sound, if you don't sing it correctly, it can kind of come out a certain way, right? Same thing happens when you clench your jaw. You can't quite, you know what I'm saying, sing it in the way that it's intended, that you're intending to. But like I said, I love the tonal quality of your voice. I just think towards the end, I could tell you were kind of getting bored. I can kind of tell you're getting a little bored towards the end. But like Dorothy said earlier, whenever you go into the studio or even like a live session like this, bring that energy, that you'd bring to an actual live performance. I want you to sing to me, if I'm the camera, you know what I'm saying, or like pretend the camera's like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner or something like that. And this is just some universal advice here. Like whenever you guys are making content and stuff, you're talking to somebody. Like when you do this, you're performing to somebody. So just keep that in mind whenever you do this sort of thing. Because I just noticed whenever you're opening your mouth, you were hitting much cleaner notes. But Dorothy, what's your opinion?
Damn it, you steal my line. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely love the vocal texture you have, and which is really important as an artist. You want people to hear your voice, the first time and remember you right away. So you definitely have that, which is amazing. And that you actually, like you look like you're vibing, for sure, which is great. You want to have fun, your cat is having fun with you. That's
Oh yeah, the cat in the background.
And I definitely agree, like, open your mouth, I think right now, just like kind of seeing, what you're doing in mind, and when you are doing your vocal practice every single day, trying to keep that in mind as well. Because like I said, I think you have really, really great voice. You actually have a very, very good head voice. And also like your lower voice, like it doesn't seem like you struggle too much. You actually go down really easy, which is like, which is really important. It's actually something really difficult to do. Sometimes a lot of people, when they go from a head voice going down on the vocal, it's actually a little bit harder because they tend to tighten up. And you seem really relaxed overall. That's amazing. I think a couple of things you just have to kind of keep in mind is like when you kind of go up in your head voice, like how open and also how your chest open, that actually helped you to like stabilize your note a little bit. Some of the part I feel like, like your diaphragm, doesn't really support your higher voice as much, so it get a little shaky towards some of the note. You definitely have to kind of keep that in mind because like that, especially high voice, you just have to really like hit on the nail a little bit more. And also, I feel like some of the ad libs, like you can actually do it, but I feel like you are, I'm trying to kind of like throw it and see if I can hit certain thing. Be a little more intentional because the ad libs, it's the cherry, like it's the thing that people really, it's gonna catch people eyes the first thing. So if you can like do a couple really, really intentional and very, very impressive acts, you're gonna draw people attention right away. So I think there's a couple of things that you just have to keep that in mind when you're like, recording or when you're actually performing, because that really is gonna help you to, be a better performer, and also people actually gonna, focus on you a little bit more if you can kind of get those couple of things going.
That was Mo the Indigo, y'all, featuring his cat. The Fool. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Make sure y'all hit subscribe, hit that like button, show him some love with a comment. Hold on, I gotta do it, y'all. What happened? Appreciate you, Mo the Indigo, for submitting that track right there. Dorothy, how you feeling?
Oh, I saw your. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you post that. You should do more of this videos. That's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that content. It was like super high quality. How'd you record that, by the way? Like, how'd you do the video for it and everything? Because that was really nice. Really nice quality. I like the other colors. You were wearing a super red shirt. Red's my favorite color. The raw emotion was amazing. Sparks Philly, I agree. The raw emotion, you could definitely feel it when he was singing. I felt like he was getting in the moment, maybe at certain points. Cat stole the picture, no offense. That's funny. That's really funny, guys. Yo, we got Dorothy for 9 more minutes, you guys. If you have any questions at all, now is the time to ask them, okay? I think we got one more review left. You guys, I sent that one email about special reviews for my email subscribers weeks ago. Please don't try to use old screenshots. Please don't do that. That's not nice. I look at them. Come on. Anyway, guys, we got 2 more submissions. First one is going to be a instrumental by Spark the Philly.
Someone asked me what is my favorite doll and what is my favorite plugin.
Oh, there we go.
Just quick thing. I think my favorite DAW is actually Pro Tools, just because it's not because that's the only thing in the world. It's just because I've been using it for years. I started using Logic at first, and I really like it. The virtual instrument is really useful. But then I started doing a lot more recording, a lot of the editing. Pro Tools actually still, it's very useful. And just one thing though, I say it a lot to different people, and I'm gonna just say it out loud again, is that you gotta keep in mind using DAW is like eating food.
Yeah.
You can use fork, you can use chopsticks, you can use your hands. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, can you eat the food? As long as you can eat the food, that's all that matters. So use whatever you feel comfortable. That's like super important. You can use the best thing in the world. If you're not comfortable with it, like it's just not gonna work. And then what is my favorite plugins? That's a great question. I actually use a lot of different plugins. Fab Filter is amazing. I think Isotope is actually one of the plugins that if I don't have that, I will be really, really sad. Isotope is definitely one of the companies that I really recommend. Of course, I use Wave plugins, but I think one of the plugins that people tend to, undermine a little bit is actually the plugin Alliance. I do really like the company, and they do a lot of really amazing stuff, like just getting that warm sounding but still really clean. Like they use a lot of analog emulation. So I definitely recommend kind of looking into those. Those are really, really amazing.
Can you say the name one more time?
Plugin Alliance. They actually have subscription and stuff, and I think they're actually uh, they have a lot of different categories of like they have their own SSL version, their own version of SSL channel strips. They have the BX, all the BX stuff is theirs. They have their own version of really big plugins like Shadow Heals, all that. So definitely look into it. It's really really useful.
Sorry guys, I'm pulling up the next review here. Not bad. But y'all heard her, all right? Plugin Alliance is what you said?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm just letting this. There's like an ad running right now. We're gonna play this Spark the Philly joint right here while this ad is running up 1 minute and 30 seconds of my life. No, I'm just kidding. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm pulling it up. Just getting it right. There we go. All right. So this is a Spark the Philly joint right here. You can't wait. Is it? You Can't Stop Me. Let me know what y'all think about this track right here. Let me know. You can hear it. Spark the Philly.
Spark the Philly.
Alright, Dorothy, come on. Let's hit it, Dorothy. You ready? You're gonna spit? What instrument is that? Can't Stop Me in G minor. You might can stop me in A flat, No, I'm playing. But you can't stop me in B minor at 160 beats per minute. That was the title they gave me. All right, guys. So that was. Let me know what you guys thought about that track. It seems like a few of y'all are definitely fucking with it. He said, let's fucking go, Spark. Bunch of lightning bolts in the chat. I appreciate it. Checking for EUQLA submission, please. Yes, I have him. Dorothy, do you have time for 2 more submissions before we give Spark his critique?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, by the way, it was a really good beat, you know. I wish I can freestyle so I can freestyle it.
Damn. Dorothy
Really
says
good.
she
I really like the different arrangement, that was perfect length, like 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Like, yeah, that's perfect. And then, yeah, I don't know if you're on, BeatStar or anything, but, if you are, like you should, start, making your own page, start, doing custom beats, all that.
Oh yeah, he definitely makes custom beats. I think he's just making them for artists right now. I don't. Spark, do you have a BeatStars or anything like that? Man, I'm about to look you up. Hold up. Spark the Philly BeatStars. Oh yeah, and Dorothy, are you sure you have time? Listen, we can get you on.
I have time, but I'm not sure if my AirPods have battery.
Okay.
Let me put it.
That's fair. So we'll just let me know. Let me know. What do you want to continue, or should we let your AirPods charge for the night?
Yeah, I do. We should let my AirPod charge. And I do have a session tomorrow too.
All right. We definitely don't want to. We don't want to take too much of Dorothy's time. We've already taken 2 hours.
Well, I saw that you have a BeatStar, but you have not keeping up with it. Like, I highly recommend it. One of the things I always tell artists to do, I definitely recommend. I think you have idea like how you want your sound to be. You already know what you want to do with your music, and that I'll be really honest. Just keep like uploading beats. Keep letting more people hear your beats so that you can actually start collabing with different artists. That's really, really important. I think with the level of details you have, the mindset you have, you're definitely on the right path. You just have to keep doing it.
Spark the Philly, keep doing it. That came straight from Dorothy. All right, she's saying it, then you gotta do it. All right, her word is law. So. Dorothy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really do appreciate you taking the time to do this. Like, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you for not only being here tonight, but really like giving me a lot of the tips that I've that I give here in the review. Like, you've taught me a lot of things that I can't even name off the top of my head because there's so many things. But just thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for you've helped me build my confidence in a lot of ways, and I just wanted to say that I really just appreciate you. It's been a blessing to have met you. So is there
thank you so much. It's great. I'm so glad you're doing well.
Well, thank you. Yeah, things are definitely looking up. Is there anything you want to say to them before we before you sign off, because I still have a couple more reviews?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for everybody. I really had a great time. I really hope I can see everybody in person at some point. And if we have time, we definitely want to do it again.
All right, Dorothy. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. I'll see you guys later.
All right, you guys. I just gotta give her a quick thank you, and let me get her. Here we go. What's good, everybody? Yo, thank you guys for joining. I still have 2 more reviews, and I definitely want to get them done. But listen, I have a guest coming next week as well. So I'm gonna give you guys the option. Whoever submitted, I think we got Eucla, and then we have SPWG. I can give you my review by itself tonight, or I can give it to you next week when we have a guest. It's gonna be a really dope guest. I think a lot of you guys are gonna enjoy it. He's actually been a guest on the show before. However, I think he has a lot of great things to say about making content, biographies. He's let's just say he knows a lot about publishing yourself. All right, so make sure y'all keep that in mind. Do y'all want me to review your music tonight, or do you want to wait till next week when I have a guest on the show, is what I'm asking. I'll just have you review. I was just saying, because next week we'll have someone else that it'd be two opinions. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give you guys the option, however you guys want to do it. Dorothy, thank you for coming. I didn't know you're still in the chat. I'll probably call you sometime tomorrow. If you have time, I'll text you first. Don't worry, I know you're busy. But just to kind of talk about the review. But thank you again for coming. Appreciate you so much. Let's go ahead and keep it going with the review then. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, man. Dorothy is just an incredible person. Like I don't have 2 hours was not enough time to talk about the amazing things she's done. I mean, like I said earlier, she worked with HBO, Marvel Studios. Like, man, let me show y'all her EPK real quick, man. She got one of them. She got one sheet. It looks really nice. I don't know if she'll be mad that I show y'all this. You know what? Maybe I'll just read it and show y'all the picture. But man, she is just an incredible person, and she's who mixes my stuff. She makes Cinderella, she makes Secrets. So I've known Dorothy a long time. We'll say that much. But Dorothy Chan, she's been an audio engineer for over 15 years at this point. Been playing instruments since the young age of 6. Record, mix, master. Well known for talented artists such as Tobe Nwigwe, Bizzy Bone, Kentheman, Tisa Korean, Luke Lover, Peyton, Hotel Ugly, and countless independent artists. And a substantial amount of her work has been featured on Billboard, UMG, HBO. Now I'm just going to show you all this. Oh, wait. Oh, not that one. Oh, not that one. Yeah, I know how to use a computer. All right, here we go. There we go. This is her, her EPK here. Born in Hong Kong. Graduated top of her class. We didn't even talk about that. Oh, my God. We got to get her back on the show. Man, but anyway. Credits. Let's see who some of her credits are, too. We didn't even get to talk about her credits. Man, there's so many things we didn't touch on tonight, guys. Got to get her back on the show. This is some of her credits, though. Man, she's definitely worked on a lot of stuff. All right, guys, let me go ahead and move forward with the review. Just want to show Dorothy some love because she's just an amazing engineer and person in general. So we're going to play the next song of the night. We're going to play Been There by, this is Crizzy right here. Euclid, I appreciate that love. Thank you so much. This is Crizzy. I like that subtle. This it has a lot going on, but it also I feel that it also could have a lot of room for an artist as well. What was the creative process behind this song, Crazy? what do y'all think about this track right here? I'm like really intently listening right now. Let me know what y'all's opinions on this. It's that all R&B type beat I love. It's a remake of an old beat I had. What made you want to remake the old beat? Sounds like Mogwai? Am I saying that right? What is that? What kind of music is that? This is chill. This is so dope. Let me see some good energy in the chat for Crizzy, y'all. Oh, I thought I was hearing something. That was in the beat? It's water? Crizzy, tell me about the creative process behind that. I need to know, like, you said it was a remake of a beat that you made before. So I asked, why'd you want to remake it? You said, I felt like it needed more layers every time I listened to it. Also, why does the chat look like that? Let me fix that so I can see y'all's names. There we go. My bad, y'all. I'm still figuring this out. Shout out SPWOG. He taught me a lot of this shit, so I appreciate him. Sounds like I feel like more layers every time I listen to it. Interesting. Yeah, it does have a lot of layers to it. When like you build it up really well. I think somebody that somebody with a story to tell would have to hop on this one for sure, because it's got so many different elements to it. It changes after a certain amount of time. I was inspired by J. Cole and Damani. That's dope. I like the beat. a lot. I think I hear more of a rapper on this beat than I hear like a singer. What do you guys think? Y'all hear more of a rapper or a singer on this track right here? I was Been There by Crizzy. Let me know what you guys think. Do y'all have a critique for that track right there? For me, I liked it. So Dorothy, one thing she said that I meant to mention earlier, she was like 3 minutes and 36 seconds, or 30 seconds is a good time for a beat. I like my stuff to be short. So like a lot of the times, I think 3 minutes is a good time for a beat. But this one, I feel like maybe you could have changed a few things towards the end, just to give it a little bit of variance, just to make it a little different. So it's like that, just that one melody in the background is playing the whole time. So I get like you're trying to build it up, but maybe you could like just to keep the listener like engaged, just switch it up a little bit somewhere, just to keep their ear listening. So as you're adding it up, you can like, maybe add something different while taking something out. But anyway, that's just my critique. Let me know what you guys think of here. Lo-Fi Vibe. What's good, Megan? I appreciate you. Y'all ever seen that show where he's like, Megan? Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right, listen. We're gonna get back to the review. Show some love to Chrissy in here. This song is called Just a Feeling. Hold on real quick. Is it gonna play? Oh. Bruh. SoundCloud killing me with the ads, y'all. And I'm not playing no ads on my show. Not for like Taco Bell or like they got ads because they got money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not advertising for you guys, Taco Bell. It's like, what if this low-key was an ad? That'd be hilarious. But they're not paying me for this, so it's not. So don't go to. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Go where you want. This is a free country. All right. This is Just a Feeling. Just a Feeling by Eucla, and it's about the dark feelings of Eucla's life. Let's hear this track right here. I like this cover art. So dirty. Oh, I'll take this off. Damn, we switched it up like 3 times with the drums right there. But I liked it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna listen to this part back again in a second. Dum 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 dum. Yo, let me listen back to this right here. Hold on. I like that breakdown right there. If I had a critique for this, I would just say, it's and listen, this is like a personal critique, right? It's the same thing throughout the whole song, right? And right here, I feel like, especially because like you're right here, sorry, like you're winding it down. Whenever you come back, it should be. I see you added a few things. But it was still that same. I don't know. I would have liked to hear something a little different, than that top melody that's already there right here. Just to give it like that, it's almost as like a bridge, or you're coming back and you're coming back with something new. But I like it. I just think it's a little repetitive. But I think with the right artist, you could really get some really great vocals on there. I like the sound effects that you use, especially like the synths. And towards the beginning, like that comment was very accurate. It's like so dirty. And I like that a lot. But that would be my only critique of the track right there. Just a little repetitive. And maybe just turn down the synths a little bit, because the synths have they tend to like overpower things, I feel like, in certain points, and they're not subtle, so they don't need to be super loud. I played the guitar on it right. Appreciate the singing outro. I got you anytime. This was Just a Feeling. Y'all, let me see. Let me just make sure that I credit them correctly. Just a Feeling by Eucla. Next song of the night is going to be a song by SPOOG, y'all. This is actually going to be the last song of the night. But make sure y'all stick around, because this is going to be a good one, all right? This is a reflection of my song, Mirror. The same song played from the perspective of the reflector. The album comes out in December. SPOOG, if you're in the room right now, tell us. Dear Lord, tell us what the theme of the album is going to be. We need to know. I know you've spoken on it before, but let me hear it again for the people in here who haven't heard it before. I appreciate y'all for coming again. Thank you for everyone. Megan, Mo the Indigo, Eucla, SPOOG, Spark the Philly, Joanne, Rex, Pompatus. Thank you. I don't know if I might have seen you in here once before, but I really like your name, Rex Pompatus Khan. It's really satisfying to say, so thank you for coming in and allowing me to shout you out on the live, because it's a really satisfying name. I just want to say it again. Crizzy, Dorothy, of course, we got to give her a special shout out. She was on the show tonight. If you missed her, I'm sorry, guys. I tried to squeeze in as many reviews as I can, but I also just got so many questions for her. Who else we got in here? Craig, D Money, Don 19. I'm sorry I missed you a minute ago. I hope you're still in here. Much love to you. Loop City Slums. There's a lot of you guys in here tonight. I can't see the chat on Twitter tonight for some reason, but I can see it on YouTube, and I appreciate you guys for tapping in on YouTube and on Twitter tonight. I'm not sure what's going on with my stream. We're figuring it all out as we go, right? Even as artists, y'all, we just figuring it all out as we go. So next song of the night, like I said, SPOOG, Reflector, reflection of my song Mirror, the same song played from the perspective of the reflector. Album comes out in December. Thanks for coming, SBOOG.
Looking weirder. Who's that? He looks too unfamiliar. Step back, you're standing kinda close. I don't really wanna know what's behind the mirror. Break free of this reality.
I like the rawer vocals, bro. I really like this, bro. I love the raw emotion. I love the raw vocals. Like, it's just, your emotion really shines through in this. And the guitar. Oh shit, we got the guitar solo. Damn. You hit that guitar on the piano, bro? Or you hit that guitar like yo, my god, that was such a beautiful song, man. I appreciate you for submitting that. That was Reflector, WIP. Okay, we get to hear the sneak peeks. I love when y'all send me unreleased stuff, I'm not gonna lie. The song is a reflection of my song Mirror. Same song played from the perspective of the reflector. And earlier SPWG mentioned that it's The song is about oh my gosh, I'm going through y'all's comments right here. It's the journey after you accept your demons. That's beautiful, man. I'd really love to know, you know, more about the album, more about, you know, what, I mean, the first one was kind of about like your demons, right? And this one is kind of a response to that. So that's cool, man. I'm really excited to hear it. Y'all see it here December 2024. Make sure y'all tap in. SPOOG. Appreciate you guys for joining us tonight. That actually that concludes the review room for tonight. So I mean, I'm just gonna be in here talking to myself. No, I'm just playing. I'm just gonna play maybe one more song for the night, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I mean, you're more than welcome, you guys. If you know you want to go to sleep, you want to go get you some food, you want to watch late night television. Do people still do that? Do people still watch late night television? I don't know, but you know, feel free, guys. I appreciate y'all again for coming. Such a great night having Dorothy Chan in here, who's just so humble, and really I feel honored to know her. It's really cool. But she actually has mixed like 90% of my stuff, so including Cinderella, which is a song I'm about to play. So thank you guys for coming. This pretty much concludes the review, but I'm gonna play y'all one more jam just to sizzle the night out. Thank you guys again. Have a good night, y'all. Oh, can't hear anything.
It was the San Fernando Valley. It looked far away because you barely see it through the smog, but to me, growing up, the valley was my kingdom. He took her hand and he kissed it. Then he swooped her up onto his horse and a beautiful friend.
So I know you in a past life. Oh, this new one's been a fast life. What I'm doing, I still ask myself, am I doing enough past mine? I keep moving till I'm past myself. Didn't know if we would last like this. Seemed like such a fast ride, and it was almost just a crash site. I'm no prince, and you're not Cinderella. We live lives we wish that we could tell, but no. We could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Take what's ours, take off in the night. But I'm no prince, and you're not Cinderella. Whoa, whoa. You make plans with such intention. Yeah, we always on a mission. We're the farthest from tradition, and we won't sleep until we reach it. You're the only one that gets it. Girl, I may have a confession, become like my obsession. Always something different, but girl, that don't make a difference. I'm no prince, and you're not Cinderella. We live lives we wish that we could tell, but we could be like Bonnie and Clyde. Take what's ours, take off in the night. But I'm no prince, and you're not Cinderella. Whoa, whoa. I'm no prince, and you're not Cinderella.
LC, engineered by Dorothy Chan. Guys, when I recorded the song, this is the last song that I recorded on my laptop. And when I did this part here,
it was almost just a crash myself. Last ride, it's a fast ride, and it was almost just a crash site. I'm no break off in the night.
oh, right here. I put like 20 tracks on this, so, like on just the harmonies. There were so many harmonies, my computer was crashing, and so it was a journey to record this one for sure. It's like as soon as all the Oz came in, like my computer would just crash. But anyway, good times, really great times here. You guys are still in here. Are y'all half y'all asleep? All right, last song. I just want to show y'all one more, super close to my heart. Appreciate you guys for coming. I'm gonna conclude the night with this song right here. And if you're still in here, you're a real one. Thank you guys for coming in. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written here, and I appreciate you guys for allowing me to be vulnerable in my music with y'all. So thank you again for coming to the review room, and y'all have an amazing night. Don't let anyone discourage you ever.
I need to look on the bright side. I'll be myself at the right time. Yeah, I'm falling down, I'm falling. Will I ever see the ground? Y'all don't see it.
Spark the Philly, get out of here.
I can hear a sound. Damn, you called it, no, you wrong, and I think you should hear me out. Just a shell into the ocean, just a few feet underground. But I need to look on the bright side. 'Cause I see myself at the right time. And I just wanna know if I will ever learn to cope. I don't see it, I can feel a thing they would never know. It's a cycle I can't hide from, on the verge of letting go. No resentment, no look on the bright side. 'Cause I'll be myself at the right time. I need to look on the bright side. Bright side.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you again for, like I said, allowing me to be vulnerable in my music with you guys. Thank you for helping me create a space that is positive, inclusive, and, you know, developmental for artists. I appreciate all the engineers in here that are always giving critiques. I appreciate all the artists that submitted. And I just thank you for everyone who's watching and listening and you know, giving your opinions. So thank you guys so much again. And once again, this concludes, for real this time, this concludes